Hello. So if you just pruned your grapevines and you want to know how to turn those 1 or 2 grapevines into as many grapevines as you want, let me show you what to do with all the trimmings. So as I said, just pruned. What I'm doing here is a little different. You'll notice I have some runners going on to this gazebo because I'm gonna have that thing completely covered with grapevines. So I'm doing a little bit something different right here, but I have other grapevines where I've done this with, and that's what I did last year. So tons and tons of trimmings you can see here. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna take a trimming and then stop for a minute, make sure you don't do it upside down. It still works upside down, it's just a lot better if it's not upside down, okay? So if you look really close, you'll see a bud here, and you gotta look for the leaf scar. So that's not the leaf scar. The leaf scar looks like this. And if you're not sure, just go to a different node, okay? This is the leaf scar, this little half moon spot right here. The leaf scar's up. That's wrong. You want the leaf scar down. Okay, your leaf scar is gonna be underneath the bud, which means the side with the leaf scar is gonna be down. The side with the bud is going to be up. When you stick this in the ground, you want to make sure that your leaf scars are pointed down and that your buds are pointed up. So this would be the correct way to stick it in the ground. So what I would want to do is I would want to take this, find a good spot of ground that's going to be shaded once your vines leaf out. I found that you can just do these at the base. You don't want to be too close because you don't want to mess with the roots, but a decent distance away that's not going to mess with the roots. And you can see I've already stuck one in the ground right here. So I might stick it in the ground right here. And then I would give it at least 6 months to a year. And you'll know very well within a month if it's gonna work out, but you don't wanna disturb those roots too early. My dog wants to play, he's adorable. And I'll play with you in a minute. Okay, and then you just stick that in the ground, come back with a hand trowel and see if you can get that out with a decent amount of roots. And after you transplant grapevines, you always wanna prune back. You always wanna make sure you cut off most of the material up top. So maybe I get like a cane that's like, 5 feet long with a bunch of leaves on it. You're gonna wanna cut most of that off. You might wanna leave like 1 or 2 buds, but I would recommend cutting off like 80% of that growth because it's gonna go through major shock when you dig it up. And I would not dig it up if it has any leaves on it. I would wait until the next fall or the next winter. So in Arizona, that's gonna be January. I'm planting this in January. So next January, I'd probably dig this out if it's successful, and it's gonna have a nice ball of roots on it if it's successful. And then I'll find another spot in my yard for it and put it there. So this is propagation from hardwood cuttings. And again, just to repeat, so you know what I did? Well, this one has a little extra on it. Let's find something that's cleaner. Here's a good one. Only 2 nodes. I found the most success with 3 or 4 nodes, but 2 nodes works too. And again, look at the bud. Make sure the leaf scar is below the bud. And that's how I have it right now. This little half moon thing right here, that's where the leaf was. You call that the leaf scar. This right here is where the new growth is going to come out. So this is going to go into the ground this way. So let's say I want to stick this over here somewhere. And I've already done this, as you can see. So I have tons of grapevines coming up here. I probably should have dug some of these out because this is going to be way too concentrated. But I can stick this in the soil, like so. Bury a node. And then hopefully that second node will grow. And it's funny because I've actually done this before where I bury the stick, and of all the nodes that could have grown, the one that's under the soil actually pops up. And that's what's happened at a few of these. I don't remember which ones because he's got humongous so quickly. So a really easy process, especially if you have tons of material like this and you don't want to just burn it all or shred it all or whatever you want to do with it. Stick them in the ground. From my experience, 40 to 50% of them will grow. The rest of them just kind of dry out and die. And so I would plant a little bit more than twice as many than you actually intend on keeping. And then just move them around as needed. Every once in a while, you'll have a cluster where every single one in the little cluster is successful. And so it's kind of annoying because then you're separating them all. That's kind of what happened in my front yard. I put like 4 of them right next to one of my grapevines in the front yard, and all 4 of them were super successful. So it's kind of a pain trying to carefully dig them out without disturbing the roots of the main grapevine that I have in the front yard. Anyway, I hope this helps you to make more grapevines. Good luck.